How's everybody doing? Yes! I am so excited to come before you today and share a message that is totally coming from my heart and my thoughts and my feelings and reactions to situations in the last few weeks. I titled this, Are You Proactive or Reactive? Because I realized for myself as an extreme organizer and a planner, it's like I'm always thinking way, way, way down the road. But of course, because of the situation that we are in right now, not only am I not able to plan way ahead of time, but there are so many other people out there also who cannot plan and organize way down the road. We can a lot of us are just taking moment by moment. But the three things that I want to talk to you about that went through my mind over these last couple of weeks are, as far as proactive and reactive, think about number one, a highway. Number two, think about hurricanes and snowstorms. And of course, lastly, number three, think about COVID-19. So, with that said, when you think about a highway and you're traveling down the road, you will see many signs along the way. Things like reduced speed ahead. That's a proactive move to get you to prepare to slow down and expect the speed limit to change. So it's giving people a time to gradually put your foot on the brakes and get ready when you get down the road to move a little slower, so everybody's not jamming on brakes at the same time when the speed limit changes. And then you also see signs that say the right lane will end in 500 feet. The same scenario. Don't wait until the last minute and then be reactive because you have ran out of the right lane and now all of a sudden you're trying to get back in traffic at 70 miles per hour. And of course, I'm sure that some of this came to my mind because I did some traveling last week. And then another one that you might see on the highway is construction zone. That means you're getting into a zone where there will be trucks or vehicles or people working. So that means there are going to be yellow, orange cones out there. And so naturally, the speed limit is going to change again and the traffic flow is going to be slower and different. So it's a warning. A lot of times they put up a warning that says speed limit going to be this, $250 fine for disobeying the speed limit. Saw those signs on the highway last week. I see them all the time, really. So that is sort of what we think about when we think about being proactive. But unfortunately, for many of us, we are reactive. We wait until the situation hits us smack dab in the face before we decide to do something about the circumstances. Now, for me, it's like, okay, COVID hit March 17th, 16th, 18th, or whatever, really hard. And people shut down, businesses shut down, restaurants shut down. And for me, I work at a restaurant, but I do the dining room only. So I have been out of work for 4 months. Well, it's getting to a place in my mind right now where I'm like, okay, I've been out of work for 4 months, but it's like, how long will you be able to sit around without a part-time job? Thank God I have Social Security, and I've said that many times. But in order to maintain a certain level of, standard of living that I want to maintain, I need to work part-time. So my thought pattern there, after being in this thing for 3 months, 3.5 months, I'm starting to think, Jerry, you might want to consider looking for another part-time job. Because who's to say that the job you work on is going to call you back? Or if the dining room is even going to open up? And also, if we're looking at a second wave of COVID, then that means people may not even consider opening a dining room at a restaurant back up until after the second wave hits. So now we're talking about September, October, November. Wait a minute. So are you going to just sit around and wait until things hit the fan? Are you going to sit around and wait until your reserve, your savings, your emergency funds run out and you're no longer able to make ends meet? Are you going to do that? Or are you going to be proactive and start looking for another part-time job? So then we talk about hurricanes and the snowstorms. If you're in the southern part of the United States, then you know, especially in Charleston, South Carolina, we have what we call a hurricane season. I did not know that until I moved here 10 years ago. I probably would have never moved here, but nevertheless, I am here. So I don't understand why people wait until the last minute to start preparing for the hurricane. It's like, okay, you know you need bread, you know you need milk, so why are you reacting when all of a sudden the weatherman says, okay, the hurricane is coming? It's like, why not have some of this stuff on hand? Of course, you can't have a whole lot of milk on hand, you can't have a whole lot of bread on hand, but you should not be down to nothing when a hurricane hits. And usually when a hurricane hits, it may not last, more than 3 or 4 days in Charleston. Now, other areas, I'm sure it's more devastating, but I'm just speaking for Charleston, South Carolina right now. So, are you going to be proactive or are you going to be reactive? That is the concern. I'm sure the people who live up north, they do not wait until the weatherman say we are going to have 10 inches of snow before they start, piling up stuff in their homes to be semi-prepared. And of course, when it comes back to COVID-19, I have to say this. None of us were prepared for COVID-19. But once you've been in it for a while, it's been 4 months. You cannot tell me that you have not thought about having something on hand that you didn't have on hand when it first hit. You cannot tell me that you have not thought about what it's going to look like in September and October should we stay in the phase that we in or have a second phase. That's called being proactive. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Are you proactive or are you reactive? And we understand in this world, you cannot prepare for everything, but there's no excuse for not preparing for things that you know will happen. We know we're in COVID-19 and we don't know when we're going to come out. So we don't want everybody running to the store in September and October because they say, okay, now we're in the second wave. Excuse me, get you some stuff now. I'm doing that. I'm getting me some stuff now. So no matter what happened in September and October, there are certain things that I will have on hand. Not so much perishable stuff, but maybe some canned goods, maybe some paper products, things that you are going to need. And get some stuff that's easy to eat, already prepared, like not prepared as in cooked, but Jell-O, applesauce. Get some of those things. Just have some stuff on hand. Crackers. I love Townhouse crackers. Not doing a commercial, but if they see it and want to give me a commercial, that's fine. Love Townhouse crackers. I eat them when I travel on the highway. They are a good filler. It's almost like having a meal. So just think about that. When it comes to the highway, they are asking us to be proactive when they put those signs out, not reactive. When it comes to the hurricanes and the storms, it is best for you to think about things before it actually hits you. Be proactive, not reactive. And now that we're in COVID-19 and we don't know when we're going to come out of this thing, please be proactive. Don't wait till the last minute. If you know the unemployment is going to run out in a week or two, don't wait until it runs out to try to find another job. Don't suck the system. Go find something else if you can. And I know it's hard. It's so many people out of work. And it's easy for me to sit here and say that because my bills are being paid. The only thing I would possibly lose is my car. And I'm like, if it comes to that, then that's the worst case scenario. I'm okay with that. But I hope that none of that happened. God knows I do. But I'm not sitting around twiddling my thumb, waiting until that time hits. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? No, be proactive as much as possible. I thank you for watching, and I will talk to you in my next video. And as always, please go to my website, jerryspeak.com. Check out my services and the things that I have offered there. I have my secret Facebook group to share with people, to go behind the scenes with me, do videos like this, and talk about stuff that you can do to help you make it through this transition that we are in right now. And then I also have my online course that gives you the same type of information, some videos, and of course the book. Both of those classes, the secret Facebook group and the online course, has my book, Walking in Your Season of Receiving, 7 Steps to Recognizing God When You Cannot See Him. I think this is a perfect time right now to try our best to recognize God in everything, because on the other side of this, there is a positive coming out. You just got to be patient and wait, because God makes no mistakes. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye now.